everybody, so I'm back from my local library. Now I've actually got 4 books here for June and for the summer, so I'm really excited to show you. I may have shown you a little snippet of the ones I've picked up, but it was very difficult to film. They had a puzzle board game morning in the library, which was actually really cute, and I didn't know they did that. I think it's a new thing. So they offer tea and coffee, and then there's lots of board games out, and yeah, it looks really nice, and I think it just gets everybody together. So that was really interesting. But I did actually pick up 4 kind of completely different books. I wanted to mainly pick summer books, maybe a little bit of romance, thriller, but I did want to get sort of books that were in season. That was my target, my mission. So I did, but of course there's a couple that I just wanted to read, and I thought I might set myself that challenge. So the books that I've got, also let me know if you like this setup. I've never filmed really in any other place except my study office, so let me know what you think. It's very cozy, so let me know. But I thought I would show you the books. So one thing I like about the library, they always have sort of book suggestions, recommendations, like in different sections. They'll have sort of summer reads, and they'll give maybe 10 books, and then they'll also highlight a book in each section that they recommend. So they recommended a thriller, which I picked up, and like a new in book that they have, and also sort of this month's recommendations, which I really love because I just go to those, and I just always feel like there's new books. So I did actually pick all of them from there today, from like the different sections that they've recommended. So I'm gonna get all the books out, or should I do one at a time? No, I'll get all the books out. So I don't really know what order to do it in. I might do it in the order that I found them. So the first book, these are actually all of the books I will show you. These are all the books that I've picked up, and the first book that I actually picked up was this book. It's actually called Beach Breeze Bloodshed. Now, as soon as I saw this, I just thought of Death in Paradise. Let me know if any of you have seen Death in Paradise, but I don't know, I just get the vibe of Death in Paradise, and I just thought, imagine that in a book. I also didn't realise there's like a shark here in the outline. But yeah, on the back it says praise for sun, sand, murder. So it is a murder mystery, which I love, as you know. So this one is not a thriller, I don't think. I think it is just a murder mystery on a Caribbean beach. So it's basically, oh, it's the author of Sun, Sand, Murder. So it might be like a part 2, or like a second, almost a second murder. But yeah, I don't know, I just got the vibe that it was a bit like Death in Paradise, which is basically, they show, so each different episode, I think they're about an hour long, and each episode starts with a little bit of a backstory and then a murder, and then the whole episode is figuring out who did the murder. So they're very quick episodes, but they're always on the same island, and yeah, I mean, I don't know why people keep going to that island, but anyway, they're always just fun to watch, and I don't know, I really like them, watching them on TV. I used to watch them a lot when I was younger. So yeah, I really get that vibe from this book. I'll read the blurb. So it says, after barely surviving the first criminal investigation in living memory on the sun-drenched British Virgin Island of Anegada, Constable Teddy Creek has spent the past 6 months trying to weather the aftermath and move on with his life. Now with a promotion and a Medal of Honour, he's newly committed to the job. So when a young woman dies in a shark attack off the coast of a neighbouring island, Virgin Gorda, Teddy is happy to help when Deputy Commissioner Howard Lane orders him to capture the man-eater. But when Teddy arrives on Virgin Gorda, he begins to suspect there was human foul play involved too. After all, the sharks around the idyllic island aren't known for attacking humans, and there are some oddities at the scene. Unfortunately, while Teddy is convinced that the woman's death wasn't accidental, not everyone on the island takes kindly to his meddling, and he's forced to be creative in his pursuit of justice. In unfamiliar territory, and with his sole witness, a silent child who communicates in unorthodox ways, Teddy must earn the trust of the new reserved residents of the touristy island, tangle with a parrot, and follow the clues that might lead him directly into the path of a killer. So yeah, it's definitely a murder mystery with maybe something else involved. But yeah, I don't know, I just thought this would be right up my street, and it just looks very easy to read. So I just thought, I think this would be perfect. And I've not really read anything like this before, so it's definitely something new for me. So that's great. I'm looking forward to that. It just caught my eye. I think I saw the hut and I just thought, that looks like Death in Paradise. So yeah, that was actually on one of the recommended for like the mystery book. So hopefully it's a good read. Next, I then went to the summer section and picked up this book, which I've seen this book everywhere, and I've actually seen the other ones everywhere as well. So there is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, the Christmas Tree Farm, and the Gingerbread Bakery. And this is the recommended one for the summer. This is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Love blossoms in the most unexpected places. And I saw this and I thought they're recommending it for summer. So it's a summer book, and it's just different to what I've read before, I think. And I've actually been looking at these sort of series of books for a while, but I don't know, I never got into them. So I thought, as it's in the library and it's recommended as a summer book, I'm gonna give it a try. So it says, as a world-renowned chef, single dad Archer never planned on moving to a small town, let alone running a pancake house. But Dream Harbour needs a new chef, and Archer needs a community to help raise his daughter. Irish has never managed to hold down a job, so when it's suggested that Archer is looking for a live-in nanny, she almost runs in the opposite direction. Now Iris finds herself in a whole new world, one where her gorgeous new boss lives right across the hall and likes to cook topless. Keeping everything strictly professional should be easy, right? So this is a romance book, especially as it says love blossoms in the most unexpected places. So this is definitely something that I probably wouldn't usually read, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone of just reading thrillers and mysteries, and yeah, I'm going to give this a try. Let me know if you've read any of these or the other ones, and let me know what you think. But yeah, I do want to get more into the romance side of books, because there's so many different series out at the moment of like, is series the right term for it? I feel like my mind's gone blank. but there's a lot of different sort of collections of books at the moment where there's like different parts to them that I've seen on romance. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a try. This is the month of trying something new. Next up, again in the summer section, was actually this book, which I think is just really cute. It's called Call of the Penguins. Granny McCready can't resist the promise of adventure. And I don't know why, but I thought it's something new, something I probably would never pick up, and it's in the summer section, and I just thought it might be quite wholesome to read. So it says, meet the heroine everyone's talking about. Fiercely resilient and impeccably dressed, Veronica McCready has lived an incredible 87 years, most of them alone in her huge house by the sea. But Veronica has recently discovered a late-life love for family and friendship, adventure and wildlife. More specifically, a love for penguins. And so when she invited to co-present a wildlife documentary far away in the southern hemisphere, she jumps at the chance, even though it will put her in the spotlight. Just when she thought she would soon fade into the wings, perhaps it's never too late to shine. So something just called out to me for this book, and I feel like it's going to be quite wholesome to read, and yeah, I don't know, it's a bit of an adventure, and the love for penguins, and I don't know, just Veronica McCready, Granny McCready. I just thought, I've got to give this a try. It's so different and seems kind of cute. I hope it's a cute book. Yeah, I just wanted to try it, and it's in the summer section, so I thought, well, yeah, I saw it and thought, penguins, there's a little penguin there, I can't put this down, I've got to give this a read. So I've got that one as well. And then finally, I have got a book that I've never read but wanted to read. I think I've read the first 2 pages maybe, and then stopped many years ago, but it's actually a horror thriller. It's a Stephen King book, okay? Now, partly I've never really read Stephen King, purely because they're just so big. I have read a couple of them, but I do want to get into them a bit more. So this was in the new in section, and even though it's not a new book, I think it's new in to the library. So this is The Shining. Now, I think this is a horror, and I've never really read horror books because I get a bit scared, and I've never actually watched it either, I don't think, because it's horror. But I don't know, I just wanted to challenge myself. It's a pretty big book, and yeah, I just thought, you know what, now might be the time, because with the library books, I think you get a month. I do need to double check actually, because I forgot to ask and I forgot to see it on the screen. I think you get a month to read it, or at least 2 weeks. So I think it will sort of encourage me to read, because otherwise I've got to take the books back or renew them. So yeah, I don't know, I really wanted to read a Stephen King book, and what better way than to just read The Shining? That was my thought process. Plus it said new in, and I thought, I'm gonna give it a read. Try to. So yeah, let me know if you've actually read The Shining, and comment below if it is actually scary to read. I think I did start it. I just can't remember. I think it was during COVID. It's been so long, so I'm gonna attempt it again, because I would really love to get into Stephen King books. It just depends how scary it is, you know, reading it, but I do want to get into it because I do love my thrillers, my mysteries, but there's a difference between a thriller and a horror, okay? So it says, a chilling classic from the #1 bestseller. Danny is only 5 years old, but in the words of old Mr. Hararan, he is a shiner, aglow with psychic voltage. When his father becomes caretaker of the Overlook Hotel, Danny's visions grow out of control. But as winter closes in and the blizzards cut them off, the empty hotel seems to develop a life of its own. Why are masked guests riding in the elevator? And who is the lady in room 217? Somewhere, somehow, there is an evil force in the hotel, and that too is beginning to shine. Yeah. So I knew like the premise of this, but yeah, I don't know, I have always wanted to get into Stephen King a lot more. I'm just a bit apprehensive. So yeah, that's my 4th and final book, but yeah, I'll be very proud of myself if I finish this. But yeah, let me know if you've actually read any of these books before and what you think of them. Try not to give away any spoilers, but I will try my best to read them all. So I've set myself sort of a book a week, which I think should be doable. I just hope I get into them, because when I'm reading and I'm reading something that I love, I don't want to put it down, and I can finish it in a couple of days, if not one day. However, if it's slow to get into, I then just stop reading it, and I really hate not finishing a book just in case there's a bit that gets good. But a part of me is like, oh, because it's not, I don't know, not for me, and then I can't get into it. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. But I've got 4 kind of completely different books to what I would read. Actually, except from like this one, this mystery one, they're all pretty different to what I would usually read. So yeah, I'm excited. So I'm going to read Stephen King, The Shining. This is Call the Penguins. The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. And Beach Breeze Bloodshed. So they're all the books that I'm going to be reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more videos like this, or let me know which videos you want to see, because I really love doing book related videos. So whether you want some ASMR book reading, or more videos like this, or vlog type book videos, or anything at all, just comment down below. So I do want to do a mixture of these kind of videos and also book reading. So yeah, just let me know what you want to see. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know which books you're reading this summer. And if you're reading any of these, do let me know. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.